Hey folks, welcome back again. This is another visit to the bee tree trap out. What I want to show you is I did some modification to the cone and we are forcing an abscon using the smoker. Check it out. So here you'll see, again, same setup. We got a lot of bees in the air. I've been blowing smoke into this entrance and sure enough it has been coming out of this front entrance. The screening is a little different this time. I kind of pushed the screen in further. The bees were coming in and out. So this time I think I got them pretty much contained this time, so they can't go back in. So I've just been using bouts of smoke. Again, it is later in the day, probably about 6 p.m. I reckon. But we're just slowly trying to coerce these bees to move up out the tree. I have not even opened this box yet. I assume there's a lot of bees in there. So I'm just going to do this a little by bit. Come back every day, repeat the same steps over and over, and hopefully more and more bees will be out of the tree and into the box. In my smoker, I'm not using anything special. This is just dried grass clippings. It's a nice cool smoke. Make sure the dome is down all the way nice and tight so there's no smoke out the sides. On this access hole, what I did, part of this hole is duct tape, and I got this old sock in here. I left just enough room to get the nose of the smoker in there. Again, the goal is to kind of contain the smoke so it doesn't come back out. But I just put my smoker in like this, and then I just pump away. And I do slow and steady pumps like this, maybe for a good, maybe 3 minutes. Doesn't have to be hard and forceful, but we just keep an eye on the cone here, and you'll see bees that'll slowly come out the cone. Take the smoker out, and then we stuff the sock in the little hole. Kind of press the tape to the sides, and then we can step back and just watch the cone. It is important to kind of monitor and observe the comb. There's a lot of bees coming out, a lot of bees. So I'm happy to see that. But I'm also looking to see if there's any bees going in, which maybe. I think they're kind of peeking behind here, but they're not going in or out. I'm going to try to put a staple in that spot. Be right back. Hey folks, you'll see it's getting a little darker out. Modified the cone a little bit, shortened it, made sure it was opened up in the center. You'll see by the bees hanging out in the front, they can't get back in, or at least they're not smart enough to yet. So this was a really lot of progress here, lots of smoke. I'm using some just some painter's tape, and I got some tacks or some staples kind of put in there just to keep it in place. But you'll see these bees are really gentle. They're all over my hand. So we'll come back again and we'll just constantly keep an eye on them, and maybe we'll take out this the frame in this box. All right, folks, well, welcome back again. So another observation when doing these trap outs is these cones will get backed up with bees. Look at that, they're trying to drag out larvae. Dragging out dead bee larvae. And that's causing the cone to get kind of caught up there. So I don't know if you could hear me because of the background, but what I was saying is that they're dragging out dead bee larvae. And that's causing the cone to get backed up, so I just widened that out. I see a bunch of more bees up in there. Wow, I don't know why they're dragging out so many dead bees. They're hygienic little monsters. Well, folks, here's an update. The queen is out of the tree. Unfortunately, I did not get her in the clip. I got the clip around her, but I couldn't get her inside of the dang thing. I'm gonna have to get more accustomed to catching queens with my fingers. That's all there is to it. But basically, I did see the queen. She is out of the box. I just don't know where she's at. We got bees fanning all over. I widened up this cone a lot because I was going to put a new cone over the top of it, and they just all came pouring out of there. So I'm going to keep on looking for the queen, see if I can find her.
A few moments later.
Thank you, Jesus. I never stopped just looking for them. I was just smoking the entrance, and lo and behold, I got her. So forcing an abscon to get bees out of the tree is a friend. This hasn't even been 2 weeks. I think this is day 5 or 6. So we'll put this in the box and then we'll relocate them.